Ever wondered why we sometimes act in ways that surprise us? Where do those unexpected reactions come from? Welcome to the concept of the shadow self, a term coined by the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. It's like a hidden treasure chest, but instead of gold and jewels, it houses the lesser-seen aspects of our personality. The shadow self is the part that our conscious ego doesn't identify with. It's like a room in the mansion of our mind that we've forgotten about, left in the dark corners of our psyche. It's not all doom and gloom, though. It's just a little misunderstood. This unseen self is often packed with human emotions and impulses that society tells us are negative. We're talking about feelings like rage, envy, and greed, along with selfish desires and the unquenchable thirst for power. These aren't necessarily bad things, they're just parts of us that we've not fully understood or accepted yet, and that's where the magic of shadow work comes in. Unpacking this unseen self is what we refer to as shadow work. How does shadow work connect with spiritual awakening? Imagine standing at the foot of a mountain, ready to embark on a journey to the peak. This mountain is a symbol of the self, and the peak represents the state of spiritual awakening. But the path isn't straightforward. It's filled with hidden valleys and shadowy crevices. These dark spaces are the parts of ourselves we often ignore or deny, our shadow self. In the realm of spirituality, the shadow self isn't a sinister force. Rather, it's an integral part of our being that we've pushed into the background. It's the storehouse of our fears, insecurities, past traumas and negative patterns. It's the unseen self, often hidden from our conscious awareness. Shadow work is the process of exploring these hidden parts. It's about turning inward, peeling back the layers of the self and shining a light into the darkest corners of our psyche. It's about confronting the aspects of ourselves we'd rather not face, the parts we've buried deep within us. This isn't an easy task. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to face discomfort. But why is this difficult journey necessary? Because spiritual awakening isn't just about reaching the peak. It's about understanding and integrating all parts of the self, including the shadow. It's about achieving a state of wholeness and harmony within. By acknowledging and understanding our shadow, we can cultivate a deeper self-awareness. We can start to see how our shadow influences our thoughts, emotions, and actions. And with this understanding, we can begin to transform these aspects, allowing for spiritual growth and personal evolution. In essence, shadow work is not just about uncovering our dark side. It's about embracing our whole selves, darkness and all. It's about understanding that every part of us, even the parts we're not proud of, contributes to who we are. And when we integrate these parts, we move closer to spiritual awakening, to a state of complete self-acceptance and inner peace. So, shadow work is a path to spiritual awakening. But how can one embark on this journey? The first step towards shadow work is acknowledgement. As we embark on this journey of self-discovery, we must first recognize and accept the existence of our shadow self. This is no easy task, as it requires a level of honesty and self-awareness that can often be challenging to muster. We must confront and acknowledge the feelings and behaviors that we may have been suppressing, those that may be uncomfortable or even deemed socially unacceptable. This could be anger, jealousy, fear, or any other emotion that we've been taught to hide away. This acknowledgement isn't about self-judgment or criticism. It's about understanding that these feelings and behaviors are a part of us, and they have a place in our self-narrative. It's about peeling back the layers of our persona to reveal the raw, unfiltered version of ourselves. In this process of acknowledgement, we don't just uncover our shadows, we also uncover our strengths, our passions, and our potential. It's like opening a door to a hidden room within ourselves, a room filled with both light and darkness. Acknowledgement is the door to the hidden room of your shadow self. Once we acknowledge our shadow self, the next step is self-reflection. Now, this step is pivotal in the journey of shadow work. It's like embarking on an intimate journey within ourselves, a journey where we are the travelers and the pathways are our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Self-reflection is about observing, understanding, and analyzing ourselves. It's about peeling back the layers of our psyche like an onion to reveal what lies beneath. It's about delving deep into our subconscious, into the realms of our mind that often remain unexplored. Let's imagine this process like a quiet conversation with ourselves. A conversation where we are both the talker and the listener. This dialogue can be facilitated through various practices, two of which are journaling and meditation. Journaling is a powerful tool for self-reflection. When we pen down our thoughts and feelings, we give them a tangible form. It's like holding up a mirror to our inner world, allowing us to see patterns and connections that we might have otherwise overlooked. It's about making the intangible tangible, the unseen seen. Meditation, on the other hand, allows us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. It's about quieting the chatter of our mind and listening to what our inner self has to say. It's about cultivating mindfulness, a state of being fully present and aware of our experiences. But self-reflection isn't just a solitary endeavor. It can also involve seeking feedback from others. Whether it's a trusted friend, a family member, or a professional counselor, external perspectives can provide valuable insights into our behaviors and actions. They can help us see ourselves from a different angle, shedding light on aspects of our personality that we might have missed. So as we journey through the landscape of our inner world, let's remember that self-reflection isn't about self-criticism. It's about understanding and acceptance. It's about recognizing that we are complex beings, comprised of light and shadow. Self-reflection is like a mirror showing us what we need to work on. It's about seeing ourselves clearly, even the parts we'd rather hide, and taking steps towards self-improvement. So, let's embrace self-reflection as an essential part of shadow work, a step towards self-awareness and personal growth. The final steps in shadow work involve compassion, integration, and practice. As we delve deeper into the process, the third step calls for compassion. Compassion, particularly towards ourselves, is pivotal. It's about acknowledging our flaws and shortcomings without harsh criticism. Instead of judging ourselves for our dark traits, we learn to accept them as part of our humanity. This acceptance creates a safe space for our shadow self to come forward without fear of rejection or condemnation. Remember, compassion for oneself is the first step towards genuine transformation. Next, we move on to integration. This step is about understanding and accepting that our shadow self isn't an alien entity to be suppressed or eradicated. It's a part of us as much as our virtues. By integrating our shadow self, we bring light to our darkness, recognizing that these aspects play a role in our overall persona. They shape us, mold us, and even though they might be uncomfortable to face, they are nonetheless a part of our identity. Finally, we come to practice. Shadow work is not a sprint, but a marathon. It's not about achieving immediate results, but about fostering a continuous dialogue with our inner self. It's a practice that we need to incorporate into our daily lives, a habit that we cultivate over time. The more we practice acknowledging, reflecting, being compassionate and integrating, the more adept we become at managing our shadow self. This ongoing practice promotes spiritual growth, enabling us to be more self-aware and authentic. Shadow work is not a one-time process, it's a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. And with each step forward, we get closer to becoming the best version of ourselves, embracing our entirety, shadows and all. So, what have we learnt about shadow work? We've embarked on a fascinating journey into the realm of the unseen self, the shadow that follows us, often unnoticed. This shadow self isn't our enemy, nor is it something to fear. Instead, it's a part of us that we've pushed aside, ignored, or even forgotten. By acknowledging its existence, we've taken the first step towards understanding and integrating it. Our journey then led us to the profound connection between shadow work and spiritual awakening. We've discovered that as we delve into our shadow, we're not just facing our inner demons, but also awakening to our true, authentic selves. This awakening isn't a single event, but a continuous process of self-discovery and growth. We've also explored the 5 crucial steps to shadow work. We've learnt that acknowledging our shadow is just the beginning. The next step is self-reflection, looking inward to understand our shadow and what it's trying to tell us. This process can be challenging, but it's an essential part of shadow work. Next, we've discussed the importance of compassion, treating ourselves with kindness as we confront our shadow. This compassion allows us to accept our shadow without judgment, making the integration process smoother. Integration, the fourth step, involves accepting our shadow as a part of us, embracing it rather than pushing it away. This acceptance is key to achieving balance and wholeness. Finally, we've touched upon the practice, the ongoing effort to keep acknowledging, understanding, and integrating our shadow. This continuous practice is what makes shadow work a journey, not a destination. Remember, shadow work is about embracing all parts of ourselves. It's a journey that leads to spiritual awakening and a more authentic, balanced self. Before we wrap up this enlightening journey, let's take a moment to ensure you never miss out on any future explorations. If you found value in this video and want to continue delving deeper into spiritual awakening and self-discovery, don't hesitate to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can easily do this by clicking on the subscribe button below. To make sure you're notified of our latest content, click on the bell icon and you'll be the first to know when we release a new video. Our channel is dedicated to exploring the unseen aspects of ourselves, offering insights into shadow work, spiritual awakening, and much more. Join our growing community and embark on this journey of self-discovery with us. Together, we'll continue to uncover, understand, and integrate our shadows, moving towards a more authentic, balanced self. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination, and we're here to guide you every step of the way.